getting focused on the task at hand as we go into it for Pinball Dreams, for Brawl Ball. Kenny going to come back around to you after the match to get your thoughts on it. Teddy, Yumi taking the reins on this one, and that is a very, very close prediction at event.brawlstars.com. 52% for Reconic to the 48% of Leave No Witness. This is going to be a close affair, I feel.
I'm with you with this one and with everyone at home. This is a tight grand final between two teams that are definitely gonna give it them their all. Leave no witness here. They want to make it. I think that, you know, the fact that they can lock in that LCQ spot might be enough to motivate them just a little bit more. But moving into this draft, it's gonna be the M's first pick for Reconic Esports SA as they banned out Stu, Gus, and Maisie. Leave no witness with the Nina ban, as well as Shelly, and the last brawler was Cordelia. So bans overall, I'm pretty happy.
Interesting that Maisie is so highly valued as a ban, to be completely honest, because we never see it in other regions pretty much played or banned here. But nonetheless, I don't mind the Gus ban. I think it's pretty solid. And the Bonnie is always a good shot. This is an interesting early idea here from Leave No Witness, and I admire the aggression of it. Still plenty of time to shut things down. It's being picked into the M's, and Reconic can double down here with a Spike or an Otis or something along those lines if they wish. Willow as well can get some great results on Pinball Dreams and can have that Primo be used against them. But it is an aggressive one, and Reconic have got to treat it as such. Max for speed. I didn't mind it, but it is not still going to solve the problem that is that Primo. They're going to be banking on the M's to do all the hard work. That's the question for me. I kind of feel like they need to have something to add to this in order to defend against it. This is, yeah, okay. Oh yeah, I don't mind that. I'm down for it, Teddy.
Yeah, I'm not sure though. Doesn't Primo counter Sam? Like, I get the idea, right? You matching energies is what I'm thinking. But wouldn't you want to be the team with the Primo if you're matching the energy? That's kind of what is confusing me a little bit. I don't know. It's a bit of an odd one for me.
I think it depends on how it's played for sure. The heals are going to be on point, and the Primo's definitely a better defensive brawler. Sure, you got the gadget on the side of the Sam to be able to cancel out the ball a little bit, but Primo certainly is kind of where I would like to have my money. As the Crow comes in for Leave No Witness. Definitely going to deflate some of the max speed with the slow if they go for it. But again, you never really know in South America. They bring a defense booster more often than not. And it's kind of an interesting thing to see. Unexpected for sure for those watching at home, but definitely very similar ideas that we see flaunted around in South America. Sam here is going to have some moments of push-up potential for sure. I do like the addition of the max with it. Leave No Witness though, oh, so aggressive with these kind of comps, and I do worry a little bit in that regard for Reconic. Let's see who has the early start as utility pops there. Leave No Witness, Christian low HP as well. Poison trickling down. JXCR getting some value, but pushed up now. Potential goal scoring opportunity as we first start. Oh, the line just about. It's defense from Leave No Witness. Whew, a close one.
Yeah, that was a very close goal. Explosive start here from Reconic. Is that gonna be enough? No, the Primo does have a super, a bull from Jacer. He will end up going down. Loco is an interesting super of his own. And certainly, it's Reconic with a man advantage trying to lock in a goal here as well. Pass to Toxic, and surely that one is gonna be going in. Well done by Reconic, and an early goal locked in.
Solid stuff to start things off. JXCR here being slowed out, and that's gonna be very hard to deal with. Toxic was the best line defense, and he went down mid-super there. JXCR's got to try to defend against this one. That's a gadget that I don't think was quite necessary, to be honest. I mean, Loco would prefer to have that on a potential defensive moment, but one less nonetheless. Good friend zone there from Toxic, just keeping Loco back, and they've got to do that. He is dangerous. Absolutely so. Almost gets the kill there as well. JXCR coming in. Pops a gadget. JXCR comes out on top as well. There should be a goal. This is going to be done. This is the first game going the way.
I feel like a good last pick in that sort of situation. They probably needed something with a bit more damage and a bit more stopping power for that Sam, for that Max. The slow is nice. There's only so many of them, and I'm not sure if they provide enough value. Look at Christian Goder as well. Face shifter to dodge that Crow super and just easily get the kill for himself.
Another gadget by Loco. And again, like, they're so valuable on the Primo for defense, and it's just going with them and cycling some aggression, but not much more than that. A chance here, Alonso jumps in. Christian face shifts away, but nonetheless goes down. JXCR passing to the side in just the nick of time, but this should be a pass through to Alonso, and he might have to force it through. He doesn't get the ball on his feet, gets the takedown instead. He's not really too decisive in this moment. That was a goal-scoring opportunity for sure. Ball pass to Loco now. He might try for it, but this is going to be a defense. I think a bit of a wasted opportunity there.
Yeah, absolutely. That was a beautiful attempt, and I think that he could really have gone through with that goal. I get why he wanted to kill onto the ends, right? Because the knockback could have been too much of a problem and just get him away from the ball. But after that, I think he just sent the ball a little bit wrong, and a bad self-pass there from Loco as well, which is not gonna enable him to score here either. A lot of opportunities for Leave No Witness, but they seem to be messing them up.
Well, we'll reset here. Still no goals on either side. 1 minute fast approaching. Knuckle busts in from JXCR, but a jump away. Questionable there on the side of Doritos, but low HP as well. Won't mean there's much help. But now it's a team wipe. Loco is at the front of it. JXCR can't really do much. He's got a gadget potentially here, but not going to happen. And the first goal of this game goes the way of Leave No Witness. Speed early in from Reconic. An aggressive potential push coming in as they're trying to get the ball up the map. Loco jumps over it, and that should be Alonso taking the ball clear. Not going to happen, but 30 seconds remain.
Alonso looking to find Jacer, not quite able to confirm that kill just yet, but eventually does find him. Doritos has super as well, gonna jump onto Christian, claim that kill. They're going incredibly aggressive on Leave No Witness, but they don't even have the ball with them, which is a bit of an interesting play because now their defense is not going to be as solid. Jacer is healing back up as well. He does end up going down. Alonso has to jump, landing. Will kill Toxic Christian in a 1v1. He's not going to be winning. And Leave No Witness do manage to fend off that final push from
about it. I want to see them get ironed out a little bit to decide this first set. An early slow from Doritos, and the value for it is noticeable. Toxic just trying to weave his way forwards. Will he come out on top here though? No, surely not, as Alonso will help with the pickup. Christian still remains on the right hand side, trying to obviously gain that early utility value off the back of the shots to Loco, but meanwhile, JXCR's been left untouched on his left-hand side, pushes the ball forwards. Much more than that, as both sides just trying to get that early advantage.
Yeah, the bunny jump coming through. Loco trying to get the pass down, but it's not quite going to work out. Christian left in a 1v3. Not really a worth it super from Doritos, but better safe than sorry. They get the goal this time around, and the early lead is theirs.
Yeah, XCR finds Loco and gets punished again. Loco's still using those gadgets. I'm not too convinced, but nonetheless, the kill is what they want. It's not going to be necessarily what's going to stop the objective, which is the goal scored by Christian. And that's what I mean. Those suplexes are better on the defensive to stop those moments happening. Very aggressive play styles, sometimes rewarding, sometimes not, but the slow is very much there again for Doritos now. As the goal push forwards, Alonso jumps in, JXCR goes down, the shots are there though, the defense Toxic comes in a 2 versus 1, Sonori coming out on top. My word, what a play from him.
That was beautiful. Doritos gonna fall to Jacer. That defense was impeccable from Toxic. Such a missed opportunity for Leave No Witness, and actually that might be a goal going down away now. Jacer gonna slot it in, and Reconic are the ones going away with that set. What a throw there from Leave No Witness. Surely they should have had that one. But Reconic were solid in defense, and they did not miss their opportunities. That's one that they'll be biting themselves.
On stats like that, can absolutely bring things back into their favor as we approach Hot Zone. Dueling Beetles will be the map, and this is a very important draft for them to be able to even out the sets. Or Reconic could go ahead here 2-0, and that would be a very tough thing to come back around from. Again, with the bans, gotta have Cordelis and Shelly very high up there on this particular map. I kind of want to see a Stu ban. I want to see a Crow ban. Pam can have her moments here as well. The Squeak and others. Yeah, Pam ban, Bell ban, and Crow for Reconic. Stu, Cordelis, and Shelly for Leave No Witness. Looking good so far for me. I like what I'm seeing.
Yeah, I feel like your wish list is being granted to you with this round. It's like a lot of the big threats are out of the picture. And you're absolutely right as well when you're saying the draft is really important here on Dueling Beetles, because you can easily end up being locked out of the mid entirely and just being locked into your spawn. Squeak is a very threatening brawler at the moment, and I think a very strong first pick here for Reconic, because he's good on game modes that are not control based at the moment, which means that when, you know, it comes down to a game mode that is entirely control based, he's incredible.
We have the brawler win rates from across the global scene in the qualifying stages of this month here, so it's a bit of a combined attempt to see some of the trends that we're seeing on this particular map. Poker coming in for Alonso. Believe no winners, and that's definitely a prospect that's kind of scary. Can spell some tanks, and I think that Toxic can see through it. Great, nice to see Gray finally coming into the mix today. Been banned out more often than not. Can get some great results, absolutely so. Can also struggle on the range side of things, and that's where Reconic could take advantage of these follow-up picks. But he's still available here as well, and does pack a sting, which could definitely go a long way against things like Poco that can continuously heal. But there is a lack of healing on the side of Reconic as well. So when they approach this one, Leave No Witness has got survivability in mind, so they want to delay things with a Lou on the mid or even the bow. B, yeah, I don't mind that at all. It can certainly eradicate a lot of that healing potential, but it's not going to be enough here at all. Especially with that third and final pick is a dangerous thing. If it's a tankier option that Leave No Witness bring in, will the B be enough? That's the question here. Third and final pick coming in thick and fast.
Yeah, I think that the same can be applied to Leave No Witness, to be honest. If something tanky is being brought in here by Reconic, so far the Poker and the Gray not really going to be the best at dealing with it, but they're going to go Gray fairly tank aware as well. Some free wall breaks too. Great zone damage and ability to kind of just lock down that zone area. So I think this comp from Reconic is really not bad, but there's a final pick still to be locked in for Leave No Witness, and that could make a world of difference.
Gray, Poco, it lacks DPS, doesn't it? In a big way. I prefer what Reconic are running with, and this third and final pick has got to sway me. Bonnie, it's definitely a strong one, but at this stage in the draft, I don't know how it complements the comp, actually, to be honest. I mean, Gray and Bonnie would be doing similar things, so I don't know. I think Reconic have got a better draft, and the Griff kind of almost made me go against the idea. I was expecting a bit of a plan here from Leave No Witness. I mean, I'm not too sure. I was expecting something tanky, and whether or not that was their plan and the B and the Griff kind of deterred them in that sense, not too sure. Not too sure. Nonetheless, though, if they time these Bonnie and Gray assassination attempts in harmony, it could do some work. It just wasn't what I was expecting.
Yeah, I'm with you. It kind of feels like they had a plan to bring in something tankier and maybe didn't expect 2 tank counters in a row and therefore kind of shied away from that plan. Not entirely sure. Regardless, so far so good for Reconic. A fantastic start for them as they have full on mid control, and the Toxic is a little bit low now. He's gonna have to fall back and play it safe. They do have a little bit of an early lead, and so far the matchup seemed to be favoring them.
Great work there from Christian. He's landing a lot of these shots, and Riz there with a good amount of awareness to Alonso. Great super to follow things up as well. Now, Griff's kind of outside of the meta, but when you see it working out like this and the synergy of this comp, you can see why it can work. Just breaking things open is going to lend itself massively over to the B, and Christian therefore going to get more value, and again tapping like he is, a scary prospect. And meanwhile, though, the objective is pretty much matched as Leave No Witness are just edging closer towards that deficit. 10% only in it now. Great connection though again from Christian, and a break on the right hand side. It's hard to see how Leave No Witness can turn this one around the way that we're seeing Reconic play.
Yeah, I think bad comp, to be honest, on the side of Leave No Witness. As much as I can see how they had some plans, I think that, you know, to a certain extent the draft is a chess game, and it seems like they were just a step ahead on the side of Reconic. Alonso still fighting, and it's still doable as well. It just feels like Leave No Witness are fighting with a little bit of a disadvantage across the board.
But now Leave No Witness is getting their jukes on a little bit here. Look at the aggressive gets rewarded for it, but it's traded out on the right hand side. Christian utilizing the shield here just to work his way forwards, but they've got to get Alonso taken care of. Great TP there from Doritos, takes them by surprise. And we'll get the takedown 2 versus 1 now. It's leaving Witness in the lead, but Loco is holding on this one with all that tankiness and all that HP. Going such a long way, another TP in for Doritos, and the heal behind it was perfectly timed by Alonso. Can Christian get this taken care of? No, he can't. Leaving Witness a 5% away from taking the win.
Surely they can lock this in. The TP from Doritos, he goes down. Alonso trying to make a run for it as well, and he will secure it.
In the early outset of that game by Reconic. But over time, Leaving Witness started to get the momentum shift. The TP value from that great pick started to show its form, and with the utility winding down towards the end on the side of the Squeak, which you can see just has a great early game. You see now that control already with Reconic, but they've got to hold on to it better this time. They want to be able to get a win back on this set. Good connection, great slow there as well. As Loco jumps in, this is looking much better here from Reconic, but they had a good start earlier in the last game. They're going to continue it through until the end this time round.
Yeah, I think in game 1, Leave No Witness just kind of popped off and Reconic missed the mark. Surely, if Reconic apply themselves and don't allow Leave No Witness to get so much free value, they should be fine in this draft. It really feels fairly one-sided on paper to me. Let's see in practice though, if they can make it work. So far, so good for Reconic. Leave No Witness quite a bit behind, but we saw them come back from worse earlier. Whether it was in Bounty in the previous match or literally in the game just before this one, where they were able to come back from a really rough start as well.
Aggressive TP there from Doritos and the Walking Cane as well, just to keep Riz suppressed. Alonso as well is running the Protected Tunes gadget, and you can see that just being utilized really nicely against the slow of Christian. 62% of a lead for Reconic, and now they've lost control. Leave No Witness now making up the steps. There's a jump in again from Loco on the right-hand side. Toxic survives on this time round. Rose out super, doesn't really get much from it. Loco though, low. Oh, that's a great connection onto Alonso. And that's a 3 versus 1 now. A swift turnaround as Reconic seems to be learning from their mistakes. All 3 members on the zone and being caught around that DP.
Will Doritos go for it? He's gonna try his best to close the gap, but he's taken so low HP. Alonso doesn't have a super to heal up his teammates either. He's gonna push off. It's down to 1 shot, and look at that. Beautiful stuff from Reuse. Factors don't come into play. Reconic, they should have this in the bag.
Wow, this is a very, very crucial game here. Reconic get a 2-set lead over Leave No Witness. Will be a tough thing to recover from, but this could be a saving grace. They can get 1 game all in the pocket, tie things up. Already Christian going in so nicely there with a great gadget there. The Honey Molasses slow onto the Doritos, followed up by a super and a shot amplified in nature. Great work from him, clearing up things very, very swiftly. The residue on the left-hand side from Toxic there is going to force the hand of Leave No Witness as to where they can go. I think Loco needs to go in here, try to create some space into Christian or someone, make it a 2 versus 2 at least. Bit late now, but there it is. And the Christian re-survive. Should have got in sooner.
Well done by Reconic. They fend off once more, and Leave No Witness have yet to really get outside of their spawn. Reconic past the 50% threshold, and Leave No Witness have a lot of work to do. TP in from Doritos, getting some good value, but ends up going down. Alonso also not in the best position here. This should be GG. Well played here for Leave No Witness, or rather GG go next, as this set seems close to being done. The last play here, maybe Riz not gonna go for his super. And for now, it seems like Leave No Witness are able to take back some control.
However, yeah, Leave No Witness might be on to something here, and putting Reconic to the test now. See how their composure fares. Christian stepping forwards though. Oh, great TP in from Doritos, timing that to perfection here. Approaching 50%. So far, Leave No Witness has done well to hold this off, and Reconic have got to start to get things together, because this could be going from a bad to a worse situation. It looked like a game that was completely within hindsight, but now Christian coming in. This is the push that Reconic needed now as they approach 5%. Great connection from Riz. Christian as well. That was it, but it got a little bit scary for a minute. But a cheeky smile from Toxic now. 2 sets ahead. Go Reconic. We've been here before. Back in June last month, this was the case, and they went from bad to worse.
That they are doing now and giving away some opportunities to their opponents. I could see them being reverse swept again. They need to play it safe and just, yeah, think carefully about their process, about their draft as well.
Going to pit stop them for Heist. Gotta see a Shirley ban, gotta see a Cordelius ban. That's just how it is on this particular map. Barley has a lot of weight. Willow doesn't seem to have translated into South America yet on this particular map. We are seeing that, plus the Ruffs. El Prim is the first pick. I love the pick, but it's early days to go in with that. I think a little bit for Leave No Witness. Shelly needs a Tara ban for Leave No Witness. Ruffs, Cordelius, and Shirley ban for Reconic. Let's see how they fare in terms of a response. I definitely feel you've got to have a solid defense idea here. Otis, Spike, all those good things can have at their moments. Daryl going to come in for Reconic, matching the tankiness. You've got to have a little bit of an insurance policy, I feel. Or do you just go triple tank? We saw double tank earlier today plus Dynamite. That was a bit of a weird thing to see, but Dynamite is up there on the win rates across the world when it came to the qualifying stages of this month. Bonnie, and I'm not too convinced on Bonnie, by the way. It seems to be a recurring idea in South America, but I don't think this is her best map by a long shot. Sure, she can run in and you know, jump in rather onto the safe, get that all-important damage, but it's not the most wide open map unless you're going to break it.
I mean, I think Bonnie is all right. I really think it's all right. I just don't think it's as strong as they think it is. It's kind of the same with Griff as well. They're just playing it so often. And on the reverse side, Mr. P, when it was not meta anywhere, was everywhere here in South America. And we haven't seen a single Mr. P so far.
I do like that Spike pick for Leave No Witness. They could probably double tank this now, to be honest. They've got something on defense. Ball wouldn't even be a bad idea. They seem to like BB though, and I can understand it. But throwers here, Barley can work very nicely as well. I think that could be an idea, especially on the side of that Bonnie. But let's see as they approach the Buzz. It's actually quite smart for the reason that JXCR, who's actually coming in, by the way, replacing Toxic, would love to have got that particular brawler. It's pretty much just main, and he knows how to pop off the most with it. So by not banning it and taking it, I really rate this from Leave No Witness. I think it's a really nice strategy here. I think that Reconic have got to break a little bit to have something of an answer. Otherwise, they might be in trouble here, actually.
Yeah, I'm with you there. I mean, the comp here from Leave No Witness just makes more sense because they have a tank counter as well. So Reconic, they can't really go for a tank. On paper, if it was 2 tanks against 2 tanks, the Spike is definitely going to be able to fend off the enemy tanks much better than the Bonnie is. So Dynamite, I guess it can work. It's still not going to be an easy journey for him. I prefer the side of Leave No Witness here, but Reconic Esports, they have their chances too. If Bonnie gets some supers quite early and manages to get some nice jumps onto the safe, that can be a ton of damage as well.
Ooh, I'm not sure for Reconic on this one, but I'm open to see how it fares. You know, Dynamite can really pop off, to be fair, and have its moments with the wall break as well, helping a bit more on the side of that Bonnie pick. But again, you got to land the moments. Look at that double siding. Doritos, they know the threat already, so they get it in and the jump away, but it's traded out. JXCR on the safe. Recording rotates, going to do a lot of damage here. It's a bit of a base race as well as the Asteroids will come down for Loco, who actually wants to go for the kill as well onto Christian. He's fighting for it, chooses to leave the safe just for a little bit of time as we were tied up on 69% on either side here. It's actually going to be Leave No Witness to come down just ahead here, but damage not finished yet. Reese jumps in. This is going back and forth so quick, Teddy.
Yeah, it's kind of what I expected, just looking at those comps, you know, to just be chaos. Look at Christian, he just dodged the Buzz Super with a Dyna jump. Like, how often do you see that happening? Tell me.
It's kind of like interesting to see Christian know just how to counter it as well as that. All 3 members now of Reconic surviving on, and this is actually a dangerous point. What a shot from Reese there to clear things up. Jumps in, gets some damage on the safe. Christian going to be staying alive here, and that should be enough. That it was in favor of Reconic. Matt Point, can Reconic get their first Grand Finals win of the year?
This year, it's been pretty much all Leave No Witness in the SA West region. But will it remain that way? Loco on the save, going to be dealing a good bit of damage, but They also have the Bonnie on the top side, dealing some good damage too. Only 3% of a difference in favor of Reconic, but Christian has access to the save. We'll find a kill onto the spike. Doritos, not sure if he'll be able to do much in that situation against Christian. He's just trying to get his super. Christian gets a couple more shots off onto that save, and it's down to 36%. That's all that's separating Reconic from winning this Motley final. And Riz gets to jump in, and some additional damage on save, down to 19% now.
It's going to be a defense here, and it is just about 14% left for the Leave No Witness safe. And they are the team that could be looking in the last chance qualification spot, but they're getting swept. Reconic are all over this, and they can sense it. Christian pushing the left-hand side. That's pushing to hand as well. In the mid as well, Reese looking for that jump in. Dexter can finish it right here. It's a 2 versus 1. Alonso cannot hold this, surely 3%, and it is done. Reconic Esports get their first grand finals win of the year, and you can see it on the face of Toxic. It smells so sweet. Depriving in the process Leave No Witness of a last chance qualification spot. It will have to be next month for them if they want to obtain this. This region just got very much closer on the leaderboards.